And I said, well, how you gonna pay me, bro? He smacked his ass cheeks. He said, with this. I said, with what? I said, turn around, let me see it. And I said, pull the trust down a little. I said, spread it open. I said, yeah. I said, I got played off like I'm used. Boy, he had a hell of a ass on him though. It was powerful. And I said, look, man, I get this anytime I want it, cause I got money and stuff. I said, but yeah, I said, we can work something out. And that's how I do it. Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie either. I was getting booty and giving up booty.
So tell me
So,
about that. When did you first start
you
giving up your
know,
booty?
man, I was in a hole. They moved a dude next to me, and he had a real nice big bucket ass. I said, boy, I gotta get some of that. But he always say he ain't gay, so I'm gonna have to break him down another way. So I said, hey man, when you get time, just holler at me. You can stick your mirror out and look over in my cell. I can look in his cell. So I made sure I got a nice plump, a nice little fat butt on me, and I was bending over. I said, I know he's gonna look. So he said, damn. So when he looked over at me, he said, damn, that's fine. I said, you like it? He said, yeah. I said, all right. I said, let me put something. He said, no, let me keep looking. I said, you ain't let me see nothing. So when I looked over at him, he showed me his butt. I said, oh boy, I'm gonna get that. I gotta get that. And so we played the butt